there! Today we are going to make yogurt. We're mid-process here in my Instant Pot just because the beginning was really boring and it takes forever. Well, not forever, but I have the 7-in-1, so I have a yogurt button. If you don't have a yogurt button, I'll touch on that in a minute. So basically start by either putting a half gallon or a gallon of milk in your pot. I used to do a gallon. I wasn't eating as much at a time, so now I just do half a gallon at a time. 8 cups. You just dump it in there, push the yogurt button, push adjust till it says boil, put the lid on, let it go. It's not going to come to pressure. Making yogurt does not happen under pressure. So it doesn't matter if this is set to sealed or venting because it doesn't matter. It's not going to do anything. You can like stir it while it's heating. I don't because I'm lazy and I don't. That's why you do an Instant Pot. You don't have to pay attention. So once it comes up to temperature, I believe I'll put the link of the process I follow in the comments when I'm done. But I believe you're waiting for it to come up to 185. I don't tip it. I just trust that my Instant Pot's doing what it's supposed to. So it will say yogurt and it will beep at you when it's done. So the next step in yogurt making is you need to cool it down. So I like to do that by bring my whole pot. And I put it in an ice bath in my sink. I like to bring it so that the ice bath water is about the level with the yogurt. Then I use a silicone whisk. I heard once that metal like reacts, and so you shouldn't use a metal whisk. I don't know if it's true or not. And so this is going to be a little noisy, but basically what I do is I'm stirring the milk and moving the pot around, which then agitates the water around it, which I feel like all helps it come down faster. So what you don't want to do is get water in your yogurt. I have too much water in my sink. My pot's kind of floating around all over the place, which I prefer to just sit on the bottom of the sink. Okay, I have a digital instant read thermometer, and you're looking to get it between 110 and I think it's 90. I try to get it down to around 100 degrees. Like I say, moving the milk around, moving the pot around. Just bring down. And then I just check it periodically. So we were at like 120, and now we're at about 110, 111, but I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more. It's just at about 100 degrees, so I'm going to call it good. I like to pull it out and put it on a towel. Okay, so now our starter. I have a tablespoon of plain yogurt. This is left over from my last batch of yogurt I made. You can use any yogurt you want. I wouldn't use flavored yogurt unless you're planning on making flavored yogurt, but whatever you want. You just need 1 tablespoon per half gallon of milk. Now, I've done it where I just like, oh, I'm lazy. I'm just going to dump it in here, stir it up. It doesn't set as well if you do that. So you need to temper it is the fancy like culinary term. So we're going to dip this, and you can use a bowl, whatever. I just happen to have a measuring cup handy. So I'm going to dip a little bit of your milk out of the pot. Oh, you can't see me. So I just got a little bit of milk in here with my yogurt starter. I'm just going to mix it up. This is obviously not an ideal container because it's as big as my wrist. So once that's mixed, oh, there's still a couple here. Help yourself get a bigger container next time. Okay, so once that mixed, you're going to pour it stirring into your milk. And make sure that's all incorporated. Then, over here, you're going to take your pot, wipe it off a little bit, stick it back in the instant pot, put the lid on. Now, it says yogurt, but if you try to just adjust, it's not going to do anything. So hit off, and now it says 10, but you let's see, no, okay. Oh, I know why. Okay, so you want it, it's only going to incubate for 8 hours. Typically, if you hit the adjust button, a lot of times it'll say 24 when you pull it up, and you just hit adjust and it'll say 8. Mine said 10 because I did some non-dairy yogurt for my mom and had to adjust it, but anyhow. And unlike most things in the Instant Pot, this is going to count up. So, you just now let it sit here for 8 hours. And then it will beep at you when it's done. As you can see, like it doesn't really get hot, super hot. So yogurt is not difficult in my opinion. It's time consuming, but that's like all the work you have to do is that like 5 minutes we just spent right there dealing with it. And then you just let it sit. When it's done, you pull the pot out of the pot, cover it with plastic wrap, put it in the fridge, let it cool down. I like to time this so that mine cools overnight. And you don't want to mess with it. You just let it be. In the morning, I like super thick Greek style yogurt. So this is what I do to strain my yogurt. You can leave it as is. You can eat it totally as is. You do not lose any volume when you make yogurt. So if you start with a half a gallon of milk, you're going to end up with a half a gallon of yogurt. But this is my setup because, like I said, I like mine super thick. So I have a big bowl. I have my colander. Put my colander in my bowl, and I line my bowl with cheesecloth. So once that's there, once my yogurt has cooled overnight, I pull it out. I dump it into this setup. I then just like loosely cover it. Either with the plastic wrap I had left over, I'll just stick a lid. I don't make sure it's like super tightly covered or anything. And then I just let it sit for a couple hours, and then it's done. And you can, the more or less you let it sit, the thicker or thinner it's going to be. If you let it go too long and it's too thick, you could just take some of the whey and mix it back in. And then you have yogurt. I personally, when I eat mine, I mix a little bit of jam into it because it adds some sweetness and some flavor, and I think it's really yummy. That's like my afternoon or midnight snack. I will take it plain, mix it into smoothies. I love to feed it to my babies when they're starting on solids, and they don't know that they should like sweet things. I just give them plain yogurt and they love it because it's amazing. Super smooth, super yummy, I think. It's amazing. Okay, to answer your question, so what do I do if my Instant Pot does not have a yogurt button? Oh, I was going to test it and I forgot. So, I paid attention, because I haven't actually tried it because I don't have to. But the idea is you got to heat it, right? So when mine was heating, it didn't have high or low pressure, and it was just set at more. I want to guess that if you use the slow cooker function and adjust it to more, it will do the same thing. Because again, slow cooking, when it's used as a slow cooker, it doesn't do it under pressure. The only thing is then you would have to kind of monitor the heat because it's not going to tell you when it's hot. So again, you want to get it to about 185, I think. Read the recipe when I post it. And then I've seen and read that once it's done, because I don't think this is heating any longer, that you can put your warmed or your cooled milk mixture back in here, and you just wrap your Instant Pot in a towel and let it sit for the time, and it should work. Granted, I haven't actually done it, so give it a try. Let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can do up to a gallon of yogurt in here. I use whole milk because that's what we have. I'm a breastfeeding mom. I like whole milk yogurt. I think the fat is good for me. You could do, if you wanted to do non-fat, low-fat, whatever, you just change your kind of milk. You cannot do non-dairy milk in this way and have it work. I've tried. There are other recipes and other things you have to add in. It won't set up like yogurt does if it's non-dairy milk. So if you want to do like cashew milk, almond milk, you have to add gelatin and things like that. Otherwise it won't set. And you just have, I don't know, yogurt flavored milk, which probably isn't very enjoyable to eat. Anyhow, so that is yogurt. Like I say, I was super intimidated the first time I tried to make yogurt, and I like read the thing and, you know, line by line by line. And now I do it every week, and it's not a big deal. So hopefully that helps, and hopefully you will make some yogurt sometimes too. Oh, Nicole, yes. So the non-dairy for my mom, because I just made my mom some cashew yogurt, is, I don't know, that's a published recipe in a cookbook, so I don't know that I can share the exact recipe with you, just to protect, you know, the creator of it. But I took cashews, soaked them, raw cashews, blend them in my blender with some clean water. I then bloomed gelatin, and then mixed the milk with the gelatin, and then off the heat added in just a little bit of maple syrup and some probiotic, the powder from probiotic capsules. And then so you get the heating and the cooling, and then you incubate it. Like you're supposed to incubate it for like 12 to 14 hours, I think. And so the heating and cooling, well, you heat it to dissolve the gelatin, and then you have to cool it back down so you don't kill the probiotic. And then the probiotic gives you like the culture of yogurt. I mean, that's why we eat yogurt. And then the gelatin is what helps it set. So, and then you need the time, the incubation for the probiotic to do its thing. And then also for the gelatin. And it turned out pretty good. I mean, I ate some. It was fine. It had a good consistency. It was a smooth texture. It's more work than milk, dairy yogurt. But if you're not doing dairy, then it's a good alternative. So if you want, I might do some looking and see if I can find another just like on the internet recipe that I can share with you that seems similar to what I did that should work. But like I said, it was a published recipe, so I don't feel like I can just share it with you because that's not fair to her. Or if you want, Danielle Walker Against All Grain is who I used. Anyhow, have a lovely day. If anybody else has any questions, if I missed something, feel free to leave a comment, and we'll do potatoes and or squash or like large steamed vegetables maybe next week.